Hello everybody, hello mates, welcome back. This is my theory series, and in this episode is going to be kind of a side episode to an episode I made previously about the main plot I think is going to happen in the next Elder Scrolls game. And in this episode, I'm going to basically describe the Imperials versus the Stormcloaks and the whole Silver War concept, and who should have won that war, and how much would it affect the next game. Now, if you haven't seen my main plot video before, please go check that out, and maybe before or after this video, it doesn't really matter, but see what you think. But in this video, I will basically be branching off of what I said the previous video about the plot. So, anyway guys, I'm going to try to be the least biased as possible in this video, and please bear with me. So to start off, I will have to say that I did choose the Imperial side of the war pretty much every single time I played Skyrim. However, I'm not going to say that they're the better side, because, you know, they're not, and neither is the Stormcloaks. They're both the good side, and the real enemy is the Thalmor. I mean, basically, whatever side you choose doesn't matter, because you're basically just fighting yourself. You're fighting your chances at the Thalmor, and that's exactly what the Thalmor want. They don't want the battle to end. They don't want one side to win, because if either side wins, they lose. And to explain that is, if the Empire wins, and the Empire basically shows that they're more powerful than what everybody thinks, they're able to hold their own and keep rebellions at bay, and pretty much could stand up to the Dominion again. And even at the end of the Empire campaign, the General Tullius said that, you know, soon they're gonna resume their battle with the Thalmor. So, because, you know, they've proven themselves that they could still fight. They're still a great empire. So, but at the end of the Stormcloak campaign, Ulfric and Gallimar both kind of say that, you know, we're gonna rebuild Skyrim, and after we do that, we're just gonna march right over and kill the Thalmor. So basically, both sides know who the true enemy is, and that's the Thalmor, and that's the elves. So basically, you're on the human side of the overall picture, and in the next game you'll probably choose between the human and elf sides, that being the Dominion and the Empire, or the Dominion and the Empire with the Stormcloaks, and they'll probably ally with each other. If the Stormcloaks do win, the Empire will probably ally with them in the end anyway. So even if the Stormcloaks win, it doesn't really matter, because the Empire will probably still be there with the Stormcloaks in fighting the Dominion, but they won't be as strong. Now, to go back to what I said before, the Stormcloaks win the war. Basically, the Talos thing about the White Cordate, the treaty that was made, signed by the Imperial Legion, by the Empire, the Talos thing will pretty much be put to rest. I mean, the Nords would have freedom to worship Talos again, and there's nothing really that the Thalmor could do about it except attack Skyrim. So the Thalmor don't want either side to win. They don't, because if that happens, they're at a loss, because either side is going to come after them. And basically, the Silver War is pretty much useless in my opinion, and because both sides are right, you know, and both sides are on the same side. They're both the good side, and while the Thalmor is presumably the bad side. But in the next game, we'll probably see that both sides are also very good. In terms, like, the elves used to rule most of Tamriel, and they used to rule Skyrim and Cyrodiil, but then the humans invaded and took that away from them. So you might sympathize with the elves then, but in this game you kind of see them as the bad guys. Alright guys, so to answer the question of who should win the war, it doesn't matter really, particularly because both sides will most likely fight in the next game. It's both sides are good. They're the human side basically fighting the human side, and they're fighting each other, and Thalmor set it up the way they did in the treaty to try to make the Stormcloaks believe that the Empire is just completely weak, and they want Ulfric and the Stormcloaks to basically rip Skyrim out of their hands, out of the Empire's hands, and make the Empire weak. But at the same time, they also don't want that to happen, and they want the Empire to sustain them. So it's like they don't want the Civil War to end, but we want the Civil War to end. So no matter what happens, it's good either way what happens to the war, because the Thalmor are the true enemies to all of this. But to say who Bethesda will most likely choose to end the war with, kind of sad to say for me. I actually believe it will be the Stormcloaks, because I feel that most of the people out there support them, and Bethesda will try to please the side with more supporters. So sad to say for us Imperials that will probably be the case, but I mean the Imperials will definitely return with the Stormcloaks in the next game to fight the Thalmor. So what do you guys think? You think the Stormcloaks should be the ones coming out on top? Think the Empire should stay strong? Please post your comments and ideas and thoughts below in the comment area, and please like and support and subscribe me, because I really appreciate all that. And thank you very much. Peace off.